12% of our profit to sustainable development goal, and we have contributed to 11 SDG target SDG sectors. And we are proud to say that Unilever is one of the companies who can be an example from Bangladesh, and we have worked on health and well-being of the people, impacted on the climate change as well as upskilling the youth. I'll give you a couple of examples. We'll take some moments from your side. That during the MDGs, we all know that open defecation was reduced to less than 1%, and that was done because of the collaboration that we have all done. Government has driven it, private sector has ensured the right sort of material and products are available, as well as private sector has invested on behavior change. And that is how we have achieved that improved wash space that Bangladesh has got now. And during COVID, if you remember, especially our honorable parliament members are here, the private sector, especially FMCG companies, invested a lot on behavior change. They have worked with governments to ensure that government gets the right message and do not get panicked. And that is how we could save lives. I like to also highlight the inclusive social goal that we do have, and companies like Unilever continuously working to achieve this goal. I'll just give you an example of women's economic inclusion. And if you see that RMG sector has benefited because of the women's participation. That has happened because Bangladesh government has worked on the education of girl child. That is the reason we see the large amount of women girls in the primary as well as secondary school. But at the same time, these women, when they earn, right, they bring this money back, they invest on two major things, which is child education and child nutrition. That is and pull their family out of the poverty line. And not only that, RNG sector has benefited from this woman into the mainstream, we also see that other companies, right, they are now driving gender equal organization. I'm humbled to mention that Unilever Bangladesh has got 44% women in its workforce. That is very close to 50%. And in Unilever Bangladesh's top management, we do have 50% women. Now, of course, this feels very good, but we have long way to go, and we have to ensure that not only Unilever Bangladesh, but other companies also do have that amount of women into the workforce as well as in leadership. Private sector also has got a great weapon, or we say asset, that is brand. Because when a brand speaks, that reaches the maximum amount of people. I'll give you an example of how not only we working on women's diversity, how our brands are also empowering women inclusion and economic empowerment. We do have a brand called Reen. This goes to almost every household in Bangladesh. Now, Reen runs a campaign called Reen Naam Kora Nari. This brand is bringing the stories of women who are doing great activities, great entrepreneurship. And this is the stories going to our pack and going to every household and encouraging other women to do the same, or giving them the hope that if they believe that they can do something, there is ways to do it. And also, if you see that other brands in Bangladesh talking about the menstrual hygiene taboos, if you see in advertisement, the amount of brands are talking about menstrual hygiene and helping this girl to feel inclusive and achieve their dream. These are very important example of how brands are also pursuing social taboo and helping the women and the disadvantaged group to come forward. The other point I like to highlight is the environmental protection. This is extremely important for businesses to take care of our environment. We have really no time in our hand to waste now, because we are in an environment, we have seen that the amount of heat we have experienced this time and the rain we are experiencing. We really have to work hard. Now, as a company, Unilever has got net zero carbon emission commitment. We do have zero landfill policy, plastic waste management, and circular economy commitment. And we have been coordinating, doing these activities, and we are recording and we are voluntarily reporting. Just to give a light that in Bangladesh, very few organizations are reporting, GRI reporting and sharing that what is their contribution into the SDGs. And Unilever is one of the organizations, but we also understand that just only Unilever doing will not help us. We have to extend it. Now we are working with our suppliers because they have to do the same if we have to work and bring the right impact. I'd like to also highlight the last point, which is youth, right? And our the Honorable SDG coordinator has mentioned that Bangladesh government has included youth into these SDG activities. And upskilling the youth is very important because if you have to go for no hunger and zero poverty, this youth needs to utilize this skill and contribute a honorable and living wage from this country. And companies like Unilever working with organizations like UNICEF, BRAC, and trying to upskill the youth, the sort of skill they will need into the fourth industrial revolution. At the same time, we are working with organizations because we understand that not everyone is under the grid, right, are connected. We have to do the both online and offline activities to help this youth to take the right skill set. Now, for the private sector, of course, a question towards me was that did we do enough? And with an utmost clarity, I would say no, we did not do enough, of course, and especially in the MDG goal, right? That is the time private sector was not come as a center. At this moment, SDG has helped us to bring private sector in every step. But in the MDG time, I think private sector was left a little outside and private sector was doing business. At this moment, we are, we understand that we are a core part of this country, not in this country, in Bangladesh, also in the world, and we have to bring transformative changes. One thing is private sector is very good at doing, which is agility and innovation. If we see that in the COVID times, in no private sector shut down their factories. They ensure that their workers are protected. They ensure that the right sort of products are given to the every corner of this country. And we have worked with government to do the right initiatives. And in this regard, I think we have to do more. Innovation needs to be brought to the country, localize it, because something can be great in other countries, but that needs to be adapted to my country and give us the benefit. Finally, I think one area where we are looking forward to this summit 2023 is to understand where we are currently, where we are lagging behind and government, where they want us to invest more. And we will take it as a guidance, and next 5 years, next 7 years, we should be able to commit our resource, our patience, as well as our passion for the SDG development for this country. I thank again for giving me the opportunity to share my view and expect to hear from rest. And if there is any question, we'll definitely like to address. Thank you very much.
I thank Ms. Akhtar for enlightening us on the